Okay, hello. In this short video, I'm going to discuss some of the weaknesses that I found from an SEO viewpoint for blog bybit.com, and also actually just briefly some of the strengths I'll touch upon as well. So firstly, one strength is that there is regular fresh content. In the last 30 days, actually, Bybit blog had 27 posts compared to 6 for the BitMEX blog and 14 for the Deribit blog. Publishing fresh content can regularly help you build a returning audience. So definitely publishing regular fresh content which is relevant is definitely a plus. I just thought I'd give a few examples of strengths as well, because I think that's important when you're reporting back to a client on things that they are doing right as well. Another strength is that it's mobile friendly. 60% of all web searches come from mobile users, so therefore Google prioritizes sites which are mobile friendly, so that's definitely a plus. Title tags are generally in place. All the URLs have title tags, and that's really very important factor for SEO. Also, something I've found is actually there are a very low number of toxic backlinks. So backlinks are basically links linking back to your site from other sites. But you can get toxic backlinks, which basically means bad backlinks, and that can harm your SEO score. But I actually did a backlink audit, and the overall toxic score was very low. Now, looking at some weaknesses that I found on the site. Number one is that there's no social sharing buttons. So this can be important because it can bring in enhanced visibility and traffic to your site. It's very common for web pages to have social sharing buttons. It's actually rare that they don't. So this is quite a glaring omission really for Bybit blog. I mean, if you look at the two competitors here, two are the main competitors, BitMEX and Deribit. They clearly have social sharing buttons where you can share the posts on Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn, or email. Another weakness is that there's not really a clear call to action. Some of the articles do have calls to action, but there's no glaring call to action that you can see on every article. For example, on the BitMEX blog, you can clearly see a call to action to register or log in. On Deribit, there's a clear call to action to download the app. So again, these are very common things, having calls to action on pieces of content. So this is, again, a glaring omission for the Bybit blog, and this is something which really they should rectify. Meta descriptions as well. Quite a lot of the pages actually don't have written meta descriptions. So that actually means Google will make up their own basically, and sometimes maybe these don't really fit the page so well. So even though meta description doesn't directly affect SEO, indirectly it does, because it can affect the click-through rate. So this is something which should be rectified. Another weakness is that there is actually a low number of backlinks. So even though there's a low number of toxic backlinks, there's also just a low number of backlinks in itself. Ideally, you want a high number of worthy backlinks. So blog.bybit.com has 250 backlinks compared to 2,248. So that's like 10 times more for the BitMEX blog, and 828 for the Deribit blog, which is about 4 times more. However, on the flip side, they do have quite a high number of toxic backlinks. So there's a bit of a balancing out there. They do have about a third of their backlinks are actually classified as toxic. So that's not good in itself on their part. Weakness number 5, which is quite possibly the biggest weakness, is the lack of keyword optimization. A lot of the pages haven't been properly keyword optimized, so that means blog.bybit.com is lacking in top ranking keywords compared to some competitors. There's 17 top 3 ranking keywords on Google and 85 top 10 keywords for blog.bybit.com. This is compared to 87 top 3 keywords for blog.bitmex.com and 114 top 10 keywords on blog.bitmex.com. So I think with all these weaknesses, if they are actually improved upon, then I think the SEO of the website will improve significantly, and the domain authority will also increase. Okay, thank you very much.